So the parse JSON field is a little bit complex to set up. So this time I've just began on the actual page, but as usual, click parse JSON field. You can create a rule group, add it to a rule group, and so on. So I've already set some fields because it takes a bit of time to get all this working, but here's what you do. So parse JSON field will essentially enable you to take stringified JSON and turn it into index JSON once again. So I'll give you an example. We have this log here, which is text and then field name, and with a field called JSON string in there. And what I've essentially said is that inside this is some stringified JSON that hasn't been considered JSON so far. It's considered a string as part of the processing. This can happen for a number of reasons, usually just based on the type mappings as it comes in, or if there's any escape characters in the JSON, that kind of thing. So you can see here that we have this key value that we want to parse and turn it into actual fully fledged JSON. So what we do is we give it a name and a description if we want. In the source field, we'll highlight the field that we're interested in. So in this case, it's JSON_str. This, if you can imagine, is the last part of actual JSON. After this, it's just strings. And what we do is we say the destination field is going to be JSON_parsed. There's a bunch of options here, but you can see here that based on the current setup, which is to overwrite what's already there, which means if there is a destination field already called JSON_parsed, it will be overwritten with what the output of this is. And we have a keep on the source field. So that means the output log looks a bit like this. We have the original field name, the original JSON str, but we also have JSON parsed. So that means we essentially decorate this document with JSON parsed over with the parsed JSON alongside the stringified JSON. Now, if I change that to delete, what's going to happen is the field name becomes an empty object. That's because it only deleted JSON string. So there's still an empty object on field name. And we have JSON parsed. JSON parsed enables you to actually index and query these particular key values. What all this means is that you can keep your data, you can add onto it, you can delete it, and so on and so forth. This is really powerful when you have, for example, you have application logs that then get wrapped in further logs, and the original logs have been stringified. Happens all the time, especially with tools like Logstash, which causes some trouble because it means that other normal parsing platforms cannot understand it because it's been escaped. Coralogix enables that with the parse JSON field parsing rule. So just remember, you have an option to merge into an existing field. If you have an existing field called JSON parse, that will be merged in, or overwrite, and then you can keep the original JSON string or delete it. Most commonly, people will delete it because, why would you keep this kind of useless string hanging around when you've got a nice parsed version of it? But it's kind of up to you and the problems you're looking to solve. So that is a run through of the parse JSON field.